morning. Can you hear me?
Hey, Shamin, can you hear me? Hi.
Yes. Good morning. I can hear you.
Good morning. Good morning. I think we'll just wait for the rest of the panelists to join in. For everyone who's logged in as well, we'll just wait for all the audience to come in as well, and then we can probably
Okay.
start with the session. For everyone who's joined in right now, good afternoon in India, good morning, and I think the rest of the world. This is Vikram Mehta from Empire Weddings, and I'll be moderating this panel discussion with three stalwarts about the collaborations, the key, and the importance of collaborations in the world of weddings. So I think we just wait for a few minutes more to have our colleagues join in, and after which we'll probably start the session. I think Timo is running a little late, but Junior Matthew should join us anytime, so we'll probably just wait for him to join us, and then we can start off the session.
100%.
So, Charmin, how has the pandemic panned out in South Africa?
Well, look, we actually it's going quite well at the moment. I think we will be going down to level 1 next
Mhm.
week. So
Okay.
at
Okay.
currently we've got less than 1,000 cases per day. So
Yeah.
it's definitely declining. So the economy is slowly opening up.
Correct.
So yes, I think, but we're going into summer now. So
Yeah.
um, that's why, yeah. So hopefully, now look, we're not going to go back to normal, that's for sure. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it pans out. No one really knows. Morning,
Hi, Shika.
Shika.
How are
Good
you doing?
afternoon, Shamin and Vikram. How are you guys doing?
Very well. Just waiting to take off now.
Yes, so we're waiting for Timo and Junior Matthew to join in.
Correct.
Well, Timo has got some technical issues in connecting to StreamYard, so we're just waiting for him to sort that out. Um, well, to introduce the panel, I would say that this panel is going to be talking about collab creation and the right way to do it. I think this is one of the most uh, going on topic in this current situation where we're listening and hearing only about collaborations happening everywhere and people wanting to collaborate, and it's collaboration literally everywhere. So thank you so much for both of you for joining in and being here. Absolutely delighted. Even for the other two speakers, for Timo and Junior Matthew. So the moderator for this panel is going to be Vikram Mehta. A little about Vikram. So Vikram is the founder of Empire Events. Uh, Under Vikram experts guidance, he's headquartered in Mumbai. Empire operates the world over with their setup spread across Sri Lanka, Thailand, Hawaii, Florida, Bahrain, Hong Kong, Middle East, Goa, Jaipur, Udaipur in India, and a lot more places. So Empire has had the honor of being the first and the only wedding planning company to plan a wedding at the Walt Disney World, Orlando, Florida, in 2018. So that's a little bit about Vikram, who will be moderating this session. Well, I think Vikram has also had some technical glitch, and yes, while we wait for Shamin and Vikram to join in and start with the panel discussion. So, hi Shamin, are you here now? Shamin, we can't hear you. Shamin, we can't hear you. Okay, so dealing with technology. We're going to wait for the panelists to join in and the panel discussion to begin about collab creation and the right way to do it. So we're going to hear from the experts of how rightly they have been collaborating and working in these times. And here with us, we have Timo Bolte. Hi, Timo.
I just try to use my phone now. I hope the connection is good because my computer just totally doesn't want to. I don't know why.
Right, I think a lot of technical issues are going on. Yes, so we have with us Shamin. We're waiting for Vikram again. Vikram had joined in, but he got disconnected due to some technical issues. So, hi Shamin,
Good
can
morning.
you hear us now? Yeah.
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me now?
Yes, yes, loud and clear.
Fantastic. Yeah, I don't know. For some reason, my desktop's giving problems now this morning. So, all good.
Yes, there's some sort of disturbance. So, Timo, your internet connection and everything is fine now?
Well, I hope so. If you can hear me clearly, I'm quite happy because I can hear you very well.
Yes, yes, we can hear you very clearly. So that's good news. Well, we're gonna ask Vikram where he is, and he will take off the discussion. So, how are you guys been doing? I think it's really early morning there.
Hi, can you guys hear me? I think I had some issues right now.
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, great. Should we start or should we wait for Julian? Hi, good morning, Timo. How are you doing?
Sorry for the delay.
All right. So, Shika, should we start off and then
Yes.
maybe Julian can join us?
Yes, that's right. So, Vikram, all yours. Thank you so much for being the moderator of this panel. And I'm definitely looking forward to this one. So, please
Thank
start
you.
off,
Thank you.
and Junior Matthew will join in.
Thank you. Thank you, Shika. All right. Okay. Good afternoon, everyone who have tuned in today. We are here for the first ever online expo, at least in the year 2020. And with me is Carmen Travis from Tentworks, South Africa, a renowned company there, which also hires infrastructure, specializes in marquee weddings in South Africa. Timo Board, obviously, once again, for those who don't know, one of the finest designers in London. I think they are specialized in flowers and they transform the mood and ambience of places. I also believe Timo does a lot of traveling and designing for events across the world. We also have Junior Matthew from We Create London joining us, but we'll probably have to wait for him to tune in once he's ready for us. So let's start with Shamin. Shamin, would you like to give a short introduction of your company?
Good morning. Thank you very much, Vikram. Oh, there's a terrible echo on this line all of a sudden. I can't.
The sound, right? There seems to be
Yes.
a problem with the sound. Yeah, that's true. I was wondering if it's mine, but I don't think it's mine. I think it's in general there's an issue with the sound.
Okay, that's better. No. Okay, well, good morning. Let's try. Okay, I'm going to talk with my ghost as well, so all good. Good morning. I'm Shemaine from Tentworks. We're a marquee hiring company in South Africa, and we have built many relationships in the industry through collaboration. We've created many events through collaboration with different companies in the industry in the past, and we're looking forward to see what collaboration relationships we can build from the attendees at this Basel.
Okay, great. Timo, how about you? Can you give us a short introduction for those who are seeing you for the first time?
Well, I started 20 years ago as a small florist in Germany, and I was lucky. I had a very international education, and I've very early learned that it's not about working against each other, working with each other, because I started to collaborate with florists all over the world in the last years, which invited me to work at their places, which I invited to work with me together on events. So this also for me, my international here. So working with new experiences was opening for me, was an opportunity to open my mind, to open my business career, to open my creativity. And so I became international event designer for basically flowers, and now we are expanding the whole setup and planning and everything just because of these collaborations in the past. And from these collaborations, it became my very best friends came out of those collaborations. So this is why this topic is especially important for me today to talk about.
Absolutely, and I think I agree with you on the fact that it takes a lot of these collaboration help us with learning, understanding cultures, like how you move from Germany here, also how weddings work there in different countries, and we'll elaborate further on this as we move along. Natalia, hello, greetings from India as well, from Mumbai. Really good to see you log in at this time as well. I don't know what's the time in Mexico though, but good to have you log in as well. All right, I'm going to start with some questions which I'm going to shoot out to both of you. Um so to begin with, what does the word collaboration mean to you? Charmaine, we'll start with you. What does the word collaboration mean to you? I mean, it's expansive. So in terms of what you do in your business, what does collaboration mean?
I mean, do you want to start or?
Okay, I think she's muted as well right now. I don't think she can hear us. Charmaine,
Timo, you can start.
okay, yeah, let's go with Timo. Timo, you can start first.
Well, as mentioned, for me, collaboration is very important. So most important collaboration is my very big, dearest friend, Bibi Hayat from Kuwait. I always love to talk about this sample because she is the queen on event design, and she opened me so many doors. She was my very best teacher and now became my very best friend. Why am I mentioning this collaboration in special? Because she is famous for her events, and she owns her own flower shop, and she has like 2 lines of events which she's doing. She has like her regular event she's like doing every day with her regular team. But whenever she's doing couture events, she always asks me to jump into her, to work with her, to mindset with her, to go a new creative way, and to guide the result together with her team. So actually, she would not need me in this team. But to get a better result, to get a better product in the end, and just to have a new idea and mindset for the event, she's asking me to come in, and then we are working on it together. On the other side, for me, it's a big win because I would never have the possibility to have those clients in Kuwait. So actually, she's opening for me the Kuwait market, and I'm helping her to get the better result. Also, when I'm coming in, she can just focus on her production, on her design, on her styling, and she knows when I'm there, I take care about her team, I take care about the flowers. So she does not need to waste time and energy just to think about. And then for the client itself, of course, it's the best product because the best wedding, because we have so many professionals focusing on each part of the event. And so there's one person who has to oversee everything. So you can actually separate some parts on professionals, and they are taking care about it. For example, I am taking care about the flowers then, and she's going ahead for the rest, and then there's someone taking care about the kitchen and the catering. So of course, so this is why I really like to mention this collaboration in special.
Are you ever the face of for the client?
Of course, it's for the client. It's the best because the client can be sure that someone, for example, she has a flower shop, but she is not a florist at all. So she can trust on my experience that I say, for example, Kuwait is a very difficult, humid and difficult weather. So if I say, for example, tulips or hydrangeas are not working for an outdoor wedding, she's definitely going to trust me rather than saying, oh, I'm event designer, but those flowers are so pretty, I just take them. And she has no experience about how they last, how the weather is going to be attached, and so the client actually can really trust on me, on my experience, that I say, okay, for your venue, for your event, this is not working. How about choosing this, or how about choosing some local flowers or something
Exactly.
that just for the client is definitely the best.
Charmaine, what about you? What's your take on collaboration and how to incorporate that in your business?
Yes, well, Timo actually summed it up 100% of how it works in practice. I've also got long-standing collaboration relationships with a company from Ghana in South Africa. They have very high profile clients here, and then from our side, we would put together all the infrastructure supply for the events, and we also have an interior decorator as part of our team, which will then design the complete event. And then yes, we work with a specific florist, we work with a specific caterer, and then in the end of the day, it's just putting it all together and putting a wow event together. So working with other people in the industry, even though sometimes your expertise might overlap in certain areas, for that specific event, you focus on your main expertise, and so does everyone else, and that just brings together beautiful events. Yes.
I think that I mean I've had an experience where I realized at the end of the day you can specialize in one thing. You probably are good at one thing or two things, but there'll always be people who will kind of fill the voids and kind of complete the puzzle. So end of the day, you need to have other people in the company who are, or rather in your association as partners who specialize in things that you're not good at, and that's how collaborations work. You probably, and that's as a company that has a lot of destination weddings. I feel that when we travel abroad, it's very important to have a local partner on board purely because they would know a lot about how things work there in terms of conditions, climate, the languages, and it's important to have them on board to fill up the void that probably Empire would not be able to bring to the table on that occasion, you know. So I think back to you, Timo. I want to know how much has the world changed for you? I mean, I understand with your experience that right from the beginning you've been more on collaboration than competition. But have you had experience where you collaborated with competitors and the change have had a complete change of scenario? Yeah.
Well, of course, I think especially now after this COVID situation and after everybody realized together in one boat and we are all in this together. So especially now, even much more important not to leave some people behind. Now is even more important to support each other, to share with each other, because the problem is so many people are struggling at the moment. Some companies more, some big companies less. If we are supporting each other, if we are not collaborating with each other, so many professionals in the industry will die and can survive this problem. So I know that some of my friends, very good designers, we are still struggling and just thinking, can we survive the next year? So if we are not together, we're losing the pool of creatives in the events industry, and then there will be only like a couple remaining. So everybody has to at least pick the same, which is really boring them because brides are all not all the same. Brides are different. Brides need the pool of different designers, different vendors, different artists. So that we need to have the range because our brides are a big range. So in this case, it's even much more to support each other, to collaborate and to support each other, and also to learn from each other.
I think, especially with the pandemic, we've learned so much that with whatever has happened in the last few months, that probably to survive, you need to even work together. Opportunities where you can share with your partners, competitors, counterparts in industry. And I think now more than ever before is the need actually to concentrate on that. I think we lost Charmaine right now for a minute. She's probably restarting her this. So I'm going to go on and talk to Timo about the next question. Uh, Timo, have you taken any specific initiatives in the last few months, keeping the situation in mind as a company, and any you have any specific story to share with the vendor or experience?
Well, if I think about going viral and thinking about having this new online, I can tell a very nice collaboration story, which was some time ago. I was on Instagram. I found a very good event designer and I just wrote like, you know what? I love your work. I love what you do. Maybe we will find some type of chance to collaborate together, to work on an event together, just to create something, and I can learn from her, and we can do something really great. So the lady was Nadia Duran from Sydney, and then we met in a Lebanese restaurant, and we had a really beautiful bottle of rosé wine, and we had a second beautiful bottle of rosé fine. And then she was like, you know what? Actually, I have a wedding coming up, and I need something very, very new. And then I've started to draw a napkin like this castle, and she was like, okay, you know what? I can get 10,000 roses, and then let's do this and this. And we were just sitting there brainstorming how this collaboration can work, who can take in the boat to support us, just to have this wow event. And then we went to Serbia actually and have a destination wedding. And we created
Which
this castle with
city?
10,000 roses in the door. All the media was talking about it because it was so unique, it was so special. And Serbia Tourism just put it on the map. It's now on the airline of Air Serbia. So everybody
wow.
can see this result now. Just because we were like, okay, we want to collaborate with each other. Because I saw your profile, you saw my profile. The internet brought us together, and now let's go together in the world and do something amazing. So this is like something
Which
very on the
which
picture.
city in Serbia do you have planned the wedding? Which city in Serbia did you plan the wedding?
Well, in Belgrade,
In Belgrade.
in,
Okay, okay.
in the historic
Okay.
castle. Yes.
In the capital. Oh,
Normally,
lovely.
the Serbia tourism allowed us to go on this iconic place, which was the first time. So yes.
Amazing. I have some great memories of Serbia actually. I traveled now in September, uh, and it's a beautiful country. So much potential even for weddings actually. Okay, Shamin, I'm going to come back to you now because we missed you earlier. Uh, can you tell me how have you ever worked with a competitor and collaborated with them? In the sense where you changed from collaboration to from competition to collaboration.
Okay. Well, it actually happens quite often in South Africa, because our speciality is marquee weddings. Many times the client has a very specific need of what they expect, and some of these marquees are really expensive, and obviously you cannot stock every single type of marquee there is. So we've worked together with a very respected company as well in South Africa, where we put up a very specific clear dome tent. We only have the A-frames ones, but they specifically wanted the dome one. And also the surface where this event was going to happen was very challenging. And I realized that this is a bit out of my depth, and the size of the marquee was also very huge. Um, so then we worked with this company, and it turned out beautiful. So they took responsibility for the marquee, which is actually my forte, and I stepped up and we did everything else. So yes, collaboration is not is not something that if you want to achieve more of what your capabilities are, it's definitely the only way to do it. I think one has to realize what your ceiling is sometimes, and then you go out there and you find someone that can help you to break that ceiling and just go forward.
Have you taken any specific measures in the last few months in terms of collaboration or to develop vendor relationship, keeping the pandemic in mind?
I'm actually working on a very nice collaboration at the moment, but I'm not prepared to spill the beans yet. So watch this space. I think there's something good coming up in the next week or so. So yes, definitely I've been working on something really nice and really big, and I'm looking forward to that as well.
Correct. From my perspective as a wedding planner, I realize that collaborations can have so many meanings. I mean, we collaborate sometimes with fellow wedding planners. Like Timo said, we collaborate with designers, florists, yeah, marquee infrastructure, and also with logistics teams. Like we have transport logistic, which is such a huge aspect for us. So collaborations can have so many expansive uh, purviews that you cover. You know, you have professionally, which you have different organizations that is kind of imperative to survive and sustain long term. Having said that, I would like to share one story because where I had an experience with a fellow planner who was So I was primarily a decorator while I was a planner, and we worked on a wedding together where we had issues with the promotion on social media because we were a company that was planning and they were the ones doing all the decoration. So I think that's when we realized that one way, the key to collaboration is to make sure everyone gets the credit what they deserve, which is why what we started doing after that was making sure in our promotions that we kind of make a mention of every associate, every partner that we have on board for a wedding, from a makeup artist to a logistics team to a decorator. And they do the same when they are posting something on their social media. So that I think is a key element of collaboration, because at the end of the day, when your work is out and it's great work, everyone wants the credit. Everyone deserves the credit. The due credit should be given. So I think that is an important learning that I've had in the last few years. Moving forward, Timo, I would like to ask you, how does one network with the wedding industry globally now? I mean, of course, great events like this one and a lot of other networking events, but how would you define networking in today's world? I mean, the world is getting smaller with social media, of course. How does one collaborate? How does one network with other companies, and how do you use this to your advantage?
Well, the wedding and events industry is actually a big family. Everybody knows everybody, and you actually needs to get something or need to get to know someone, you're definitely gonna ask a friend. There is so many networking platforms and so many congresses where the people are coming together, where the people are exchanging, where the people are meeting and actually networking. Out of these networking platforms, there are friendships and collaborations coming out. So, for example, there is one group which is called La Familia, which is like a family trip, which is called Family Trip. We are definitely not spoken at all about business, but these are just event professionals coming together and having a nice time. One of each is always inviting. So these are networks coming together in the events industry, and you definitely know if you ever need something, someone, you can rely on this network. So if you know you have an event or your client has an event in a destination, you definitely can ask one of your friends, and he is definitely happy to share all the contacts with you and to support you wherever they can, also without advantage of any credit or without any payments. So the professional industry is a family, and they want to support each other and help each other out. So
Correct.
definitely, then there's so many conferences coming together. There is like you guys are doing a very great job, because I've met new friends and now on this chat group with the other speakers. So there is a special network, and the brides and clients have the chance to use this network by just finding one person. If you ask this, do you have a network? Do you know people? Because it's our first wedding. We don't have this experience. We don't know. We want to do this destination wedding, for example. And you just trust on this person. So it's about us, the speakers and the event professionals, just to network with each other to build this foundation for the brides and the couples. So the couples just need one person to contact, and we do the rest for them.
Fantastic. That's really nice. Oof.
Announce something while you're even talking about the same subject?
Pardon? Was it for me?
Yeah, Shaman, I mean, I was asking you, would you like to announce a big association or a surprise that you have in store for everyone?
Yes, for sure. I wasn't aware that they've announced it already, but yes, I think the greatest collaboration I've worked on this year is going to bring Escasel to South Africa early next year. And I'm really looking forward to it. It's definitely out of my depth, and it's definitely going to show how collaboration can actually work. I've never done an online event before, but through the expertise and the the experience that we're gaining now through this espousal project will most definitely bring something new to South Africa of a world-class nature.
Absolutely, and I hope in 2021 we can have an espousal South Africa where Timo and I will join you there, hopefully.
Yes.
Well, I'm coming to Kenya. I have a workshop in Kenya next year. Well, it was supposed to be now in October, but now that we're just going to postpone the workshop now to next year. So we are coming to Kenya, and now actually we can talk with Charmaine after we close this fireplace chat and discuss how we can work together on this project.
Yes, of course, and definitely, South Africa is a lovely place for destination weddings, especially people from London, UK. There are so many expats in the UK, and most definitely we can collaborate and do that. Bring you with them to South Africa. Bring you with to South Africa when you find the time there. We come do the event here, most definitely.
We actually had a wedding which was in two parts. We had one part of the wedding in Surrey, in London,
Yes.
in UK, in Surrey, and the other part was in Kenya. So this was in November of this year, and it's been postponed. I don't know if it's indefinitely postponed. So I don't know when it's going to happen, but I was really excited for that because I would go to London and then from there I would go to Kenya.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Yeah, that's fantastic. When we collaborated with that company from Ghana as well, they actually had 5 weddings. They had that client. They had a wedding in New York. They had a wedding in Ghana. They had a wedding in South Africa. They had a wedding in London, and they
Wow.
had a wedding in the Maldives.
And this is the
So
same family. They're saying the same family travel, right?
the same family had 5 weddings. Yes. For all their family and friends worldwide. Yes,
We also have like the same trip walking around in like F4,
yes,
also Maldives, and it really sounds the same.
yes.
I, I think
That's
I think this whole thing kind of summarizes the importance of collaboration as well, right? Just pretty much what we are talking about, how it's important. You kind of cannot do without a good partners locally in all these cities or countries, rather. Okay, Shaman, back to you about networking. Like I was asked, some time back, I wanted to ask you about networking in the wedding industry globally now. How do you go ahead with this regularly? I mean, once you're sitting at home right now with the pandemic, how would you manage or maintain networking with the industry and fellow planners across the world?
well. Being able to network like the way we are right now, it's become so easy. So instead of having to get on a plane and now go see someone in a different destination, the time frame of creating these things as you know has become a lot more shorter. So it's a lot easier, and I mean Instagram is a platform where
Yes,
you simply send a DM to someone and you start
correct.
communicating, and that way you can build relationships and you can start networking. You can see who they are up front. You can see if you want to work with them, will they add value to your set skills? Because that's the main thing. You need to work with people that will add value to you that you can learn from. I always, there's a thing that says that you have to surround yourself with people that know more than you, because then eventually you will know as much as they do. So yeah,
Absolutely.
it's a great the the platforms we've got currently is just amazing to do that.
Exactly. I can't agree more. I think the platforms that we have, like the social media platforms, we need to kind of capitalize on that when it comes to globally networking with people. And I think what my team does a lot is they kind of concentrate on understanding who are the ones in the market who are doing really good work. You don't necessarily need to be famous or someone who's doing celebrity weddings to be kind of featured or to catch an eye. But in general, if there are people or companies that are doing great work, even if they're photographers or makeup artists or people who make gift hampers, we keep an eye out on Instagram, and that's how we associate with new people, new partners across the world. I think some of the best people I worked with are in Thailand and Bahrain, you know, and it's only through social media that we kind of got introduced to them, and then we went to Thailand and Bahrain and we met them, and we had some great weddings together.
Fantastic.
If I hook in, if you talk about social media, if you talk about Instagram, all these things, for me, it's very important as a message for everybody out there. show your love and tell those people, because it's very, very popular that you follow some accounts because you like them, but you're afraid of giving them a like or telling them because you like it's too much, or you're kind of. So it's not only pressing this little heart, which means a lot. Just tell those people, just write in the comment, write in the direct message, like, you know what you do is great. I love what you do, or your posts brighten my day or week, something like this. Just tell the people, because this means the world. Am I still there? Is how you can start engaging with people. Because the most of my collaborations started out of social media, when I contacted them and told them, you know what, I love what you do. And they were like, actually, I like what you do too. So this started. So just tell them, they tell the people what you liked, give them a compliment, because as you also would like to receive a compliment. We are all artists, we are all working in the industry. It always feels good if someone tells you, oh, you know what you do is great, or the what you were setting up there in next to the waterfall, it looked stunning. This is nice to hear, and this is not much to say, but this is how collaboration starts. So not only pressing little hard or just seeing it and finding it nice. Just tell the people. It's nothing, not a shame to say someone else's work is nice too. It is. There's so many good people around this world. There's not only one very good, or just to be too proud to say someone else is better than me. There is no better. There's so many options. So just share this information with those professionals, especially on social media now, and everybody's online at home and has the chance to communicate.
Absolutely. I think that was the most pertinent point made today by Timo about expressing when you think you've seen some great work, sharing it with people, letting them know it could make a huge difference in how they position or approach their work, how they project themselves in the market. And I think telling people when they're doing great work online, social media is very important. Like he said, giving a hit, giving a comment on something that's great might help them further enhance their work as well. Uh, all right. Before we move on to the next question, I just want to quickly tell all the viewers that if you have any questions, please drop us in the comments section your questions. And at the end of this session, which should be in about 10-15 minutes, we will come back to all the Q&A, and each of us will take turns to answer you. So please feel free to put down your questions in the comment section, and I will bring it up on the screen one by one. Right. Something that I'm very interested in knowing from both of you. I'll start with you, Shaman. Uh, what is your tryst with Indian weddings? I mean, we all heard about the big fat Indian weddings. At least before the pandemic, Indian weddings turned out to be the ones which have the maximum budget, if I can say. So, what is your tryst with Indian weddings? Have you had any, or what's your take on the whole Indian wedding? Even as a guest, if you attended some, you can just give me your experience or take on it.
Too much food. Way too much food. That sums it up. No.
All right. Okay. Timo, what about you?
Well, my first Indian weddings were actually destination weddings in Vienna, and we had both of them. Well, we had one, they rented the whole castle with the fountain and the park and everything, and they set up the mandap in the fountain, and there were 1,200 guests.
Wow.
Plus
Yeah.
300 stuff. So it was like a massive event, and this went viral. It was very nice, big wedding. And then another couple saw it, and the year after we had like a similar wedding, same places, another color style. So these were my very first Indian weddings, how I started, and I was really surprised about those traditions, about the groom's way, about like, because we are not used to this much. But let's say booze or drinks or something like this.
Or
Guys,
drama.
we
Much drama.
party. Let's say it like this. Very unusual for us. And then when we wanted to change the venue or like mental the things, everybody was still there and having a very good time. We were like, okay, guys, but we have no time. We have to take it out because the castle it was a museum. They were supposed to open with, so we had to get the things out. They were like, no, party goes on, party goes on.
So, I think when we do international weddings, Indian weddings, it's very hard for sometimes people to understand our culture, about the timings as well, like you said. I had done a wedding in Disney World, Orlando, and I remember that in Disney, they asked me months before, like 3 months before the wedding, what time you want the dinner served. So I told them dinner starts at 9, and you can have the rotating appetizers at 7, 7:30, and as we got closer, I told them this is an Indian wedding. You don't start at 9. If you say 9, means it goes on at 10, 10:30. But sharp at 9, they opened the buffet, and I was on the glass making sure all my guests actually went to the buffet, and no one wanted to do that. They wanted to drink. They just wanted to party. So it takes a while to understand Indian weddings, but once you get the hang of it, it's a lot of fun.
Oh, well, what I prefer on Indian weddings are Indian destination weddings. A, they are much more fun. B, they
Yeah.
love to spend money. And C, we have much more time for setup. Because in the most countries, you have like you can rent the location like for 1 week and build
Yeah.
a dream. If you're in India, mostly have like this 24 hours time window where you
Yeah.
have to squeeze everything in, which is for me as a vendor, as a planner, like a nightmare to put like a 1 week setup in 24
Correct.
hours. So if I can build a tent somewhere beautiful, make an area, ceiling, floor, everything, and in India, it's 24 hours. I mean, how can I make it? And this is, of course, you need so much people to do it. And then it's like all the ants to coordinate is like, it's a nightmare. So, guys,
Yeah.
if you are out there, I'm happy for you for destination weddings. I go with you to your dream venues. Absolutely. I find them for you.
I think in India, the weddings work in a way where it's a full-time business. So I think people have back-to-back weddings, right? You don't have much time to set up. Like there's a wedding the night before, and there's a wedding the day after. So it's something that it gives a very little time for our teams to work on. Like you said, designers have a very hard time. All right.
Yeah,
Before we get into some questions, I'm going to do a quick rapid fire. I know you're not prepared for this from any stretch of imagination, but I'm going to quickly ask you guys a question, and you have to give me quick answers on it. All right. Starting from your favorite destination to do a wedding in.
Can you repeat? I
I
had
think
an echo.
I said I was going to ask you guys, starting with Charmaine, which is your favorite destination to plan a wedding in?
the Bushveld.
Okay, Timo, what about you? Favorite destination to plan a wedding in?
Well, I have my wedding next year. Details.
Wow. Wow. I'm going to say Hawaii. I've done a wedding in Hawaii, so I would say Hawaii again.
The line is terrible.
Okay, I don't think you can hear me clearly here.
Yes.
No, just repeat.
No, I said that I would pick Hawaii out as my favorite destination because I've planned a wedding there before and I would love to repeat Hawaii.
Oh, that's very cool.
All right. Okay.
To be honest, I love international weddings. Most of my, I love the challenge to have the dream wedding of each couple. I'm not a big fan of using the same venue like all the time and just changing it. I prefer it to make the dream trip of their day. And then I like the idea of taking the families and friends with you to a place which is very important for you. So this is why I think destination weddings are a big thing. Although, I mean, Indian families are very big, but I know some Indian couples who are now planning destination weddings with a bit smaller families and group, and they because you can build your dream venue, you can make photo print of Versailles and hang it up in India, or actually you can go to a real beautiful small castle in South France and have there your dream wedding. Then you can walk around the vineyards. You can have like this beautiful atmosphere. You can it's different, and I think for especially now the pandemic, after everybody was locked down at home, the need and the feeling to travel is much bigger. So for the next 1 or 2 years, I really see a grow in destination weddings because people want to travel, people want to spend time with their beloveds, and people want to go in the world. So for me, I see a very big coming in destination weddings, which means for you, because most of you of the brides have already a planner or some. So that means for me even more collaboration because if I go to a place where I've never been, I don't have any sources, I don't have working places, I don't have a caterer, I don't have anything. So in this case, I definitely have to collaborate with others to make dream wedding come true. But this is the nice thing of destination wedding. So for me, destination wedding and collaboration is going like this together because this is the only way how we can make a perfect
Correct.
destination wedding for the brides.
Correct. Very, very well said. Uh, if I could ask you, Charmaine, first, what's the biggest change you see now after the pandemic in the wedding industry? Or if you had to say one big change, what would you say is the big change in the industry?
Well, I think it's gonna be a new mix of online and live, because in the past you always had the problem that not everybody could attend your event, your wedding. Not there was maybe someone in the hospital, or someone was on a business trip, or someone was just too old and he couldn't attend your wedding. So I think the new thing gonna be like a half on a real wedding, like in person, and then there will be like a videographer or a live stream or something like this for those people who cannot attend, who cannot travel, who have other things to do. So I think there's going to be a new mix of both, like half streaming and half live, half attending, to have much more people involved in this event, and also to have a much bigger range of the, because if like always this one video was like capturing your favorite moments, but now if you are live all the time, you can review your whole day, your whole event, because someone was recording it, someone was sharing it online on the stream with and actually have like much more material, much more memories of this day. I think this is going to be a big change.
Correct. So I think online weddings as well as coverage of the weddings online, if it's happening somewhere, there are two big changes that you see, right? Coming up in the next season, or rather the seasons ahead. Uh,
Talking about the planner side, I've worked last week with Monica Bari from Florence, and she is working on a very exciting project, which is like a virtual identity for an event planner. So she is creating a platform for the planner to go online in locations, to see the locations, to have all the measurements, and then place all the furniture virtual in this thing. You can see it on 3D and virtual identity. So she actually does not need to leave the house until the real event, because she can plan everything from home, which is saving a lot of money, a lot of time, and a lot of costs for the couples and the planner itself. So through this virtual identity. So this is something very exciting which is coming up in the next years.
Amazing. Yeah,
So it's a
that's a very
time and money saving.
that's a real time instance you're giving me of a actual planner experiencing this, right? Post COVID, rather in the COVID era.
So they can see the 3D virtual tour before the real event is, so you can have like a test walk or in your wedding before from home, which is
Correct, correct. Uh, but Charmaine, what about you? What would you say is one major change that you see happening in the industry?
Yes, most definitely. I think the weddings is going to be smaller, the live part of it, and I agree with Timo that I think that most definitely a part of the weddings and other events will be virtual, most definitely.
Correct, correct. Okay, great. I think we are running out of time right now. We have just a minute left. So I just want to thank you guys for coming on board. Thank you, Asparagus, for giving us the opportunity to actually speak out here. Thank you for giving me the chance to moderate. Unfortunately, we could not have Junior Matthew join us today, but for everyone who's tuned in, thank you. And please keep watching. Look forward to the next two, actually, three panels that are coming up today. And I'll hand it over to Shifa before we leave.
Thank you so much. This was absolutely amazing. Just yes, Junior Matthew couldn't join in because of his own personal reasons. But this was amazing, and I love the idea, Timo, which you have told about the virtual seeing of the venue. I mean, this is the new way to go, definitely. And I think that idea will definitely be implemented in our country very soon, and I'm sure of that, since it's been spoken about in this panel. But very well, and yes, Shamin, congratulations, and way to go ahead with espousal.
Yes,
That was some good news for today and big news for today for everyone out there listening. And Vikram, thank you so much for this amazing moderation. And this was very, very well executed. And definitely, people are going to learn a lot from this in terms of the new ideas that you guys have come up with. And, you guys being the pioneers in the industry. And this was just brilliant. So, thank you, everyone, to join in from literally different parts of the world, connecting on the screen. Uh, it was an honor to have you all here. Thank
Thank you.
you
Thank
so
you.
much.
And Shikha, just to add at the end of this, everyone who's sticking around at the expo, they can check our stall, Empire Stall in fourth floor. And I don't know if Timo and Shaman, you guys had a stall up there, but please, if you have, mention about it where you guys can be found. And my team will be on the fourth floor. So if anyone is looking to interact or communicate with us, please hang out at a stall for a bit with us.
Please, Timo and Shamin, you can also tell about your stall.
Yes, please. We also have a store. Although our market is not really the Indian market, but you're welcome to come chat. Let's see how we can collaborate, and let's see how we're going to build the future of the industry. Thank you very much for the opportunity. I really enjoyed chatting to you all.
Thank you.
Well, yeah.
So,
In the box, you can just click on the quick chat button. I would really like to exchange the business card with you guys, because this is so much impressions for you out there. You have so many people to visit, to see. So let's just use it as this connection platform. We have this galleries going on. We have videos. We have galleries. We have the PDF. Just you can. Not only me, all of us, we have provided so much material for you. So just go to each of them, find your dream partner for it's your event. So we have to suit you. So just pick wisely, get all the materials you can get. And then when you feel comfortable with one of us, get in contact, and we will see how we can go forward. And then maybe in 1 or 2 time, when you just have come down with all your ideas, we make a separate Zoom call, and then we talk about the details. But I think for today, just make a little hi. Let's do something like this. Don't go too much in the details. Just try to get as much people as possible right now, because now we are all there together. So now you can get a feeling of who we are, and then we can take the next step later.
Wow, Timo has literally laid it out there in layman's words what he's expecting. This
Yeah,
was
I think I would like to end this session with a thought that he had said before, further reiterating about showing some love. So, guys, when you guys log in next, all of you in the industry, show some love for people in the industry. Anyone small, big, doing good work, making their mark in the industry, please go out there, show some love. Spread the love, spread your knowledge with people who are still trying to build their careers out here. And I think that's a good note to end the session on.
yes,
yes.
brilliant. Thank you all. Shamin, yes, you were saying something?
No. I just wanted to say thank you, and yes, looking forward to see you on the other side.
Yes, definitely. Very excited. Thank you, guys. Thank you for joining in, and see you guys at the espousal event on the floor.
Bye.
Bye bye.